Molly Mae is undoubtedly the most successful Love Island contestant of all time. But it doesn't stop there. She's not just the most successful Love Island contestant of all times. She's gone on to achieve the heights of success in entrepreneurship, in her career, and also with her social media presence. The attention, the glamour, and the fame that this woman gets is truly incredible. But this doesn't come without the hate. This doesn't come without the accusations. This doesn't come without people saying stuff about her that perhaps isn't true. Or is it? What's the real story behind Molly Mae's success? I'm Hayden Davidson and you are watching The Real Story. So Molly Mae was born in a small town called Hitchin. So she started out her life in this small little village and her parents were police officers. Molly worked at the local gym as a lifeguard and then later on went on to work as a hairdresser. But around this time, Molly realised that she also had a keen interest in fashion. Molly wanted to join the Fashion Retail Academy in London. Molly ended up having an interview for the Fashion Retail Academy and eventually was accepted. She went to commute to the Fashion Retail Academy for 2 years from London. Molly loved performing arts. That's what she realised. She tried casting for it, but realised that she was not good enough for it pretty early on. She accepted that. Still focused on fashion, though, she decided that maybe her ambitions lied in becoming a fashion buyer. So that's the course that she was destined for, although she thought. Now, although Molly thought that was the path she wanted to go down with her career, she was never 100% certain. But there was something that she was 100% certain on. And that was the fact that she didn't want to have an ordinary life with an ordinary income. That terrified her to have that life. She actually said this herself in a recent interview. Molly Mae also started blogging and doing social media a long time before she was famous. She was primarily focused on Instagram and actually at the age of 16, she was actually paid £25 for her first ever post. Today, she on average makes around about £10,000 per post. But for Molly, there came a stage for her where it was time for her actions to meet her expectations and her dreams that she talks about, going after the life that she wants. So once she was done with Fashion Retail Academy, she said to her parents that she was off. And within a week of telling her parents that she was leaving, she moved to Manchester. This was a huge, huge change. She quit the job that she was doing and moved to Manchester. Now, remember, she was a social media influencer at the time. Obviously not earning a lot of money, but at least she had something that she wanted to pursue. Molly got homesick pretty quickly. After she got homesick, she quickly realised it was the best decision that she ever had. She had no job, but she did have the social media following. Molly believed that she would find a way to work in the fashion industry. She's always been confident right from the start. So whilst Molly was living in Manchester, really barely being able to afford rent, by the way, because her rent was around about 1,000, so she says, when she was trying to find herself in Manchester, she realised that Instagram was going really well for her. Instagram was growing rapidly, and that's exactly when Love Island actually approached her to appear in season 5 in 2019 as a bombshell. Now, apparently no one told her that she was going to be a bombshell. Anyway, it all worked out for her in the end, obviously. So here we are, guys. 2019. Molly Mae, at the young age of 20, rocked into the Love Island villa when she was entered as a bombshell on day 4. This is where Molly's Instagram completely blew up and she was thrown to the forefront of fame. This is where famous boxer Tommy Fury comes into the picture. When Molly went into the Love Island villa, she was greeted by Tommy. He was one of the 2 men that she picked to come on a date with her in the hot tub. Now, while spending time in the Love Island villa, Tommy and Molly had their fair share of difficulties throughout the series, but ultimately the loved up couple would have come out in top. Well, almost. They finished the show in 2nd place, and it wasn't long after leaving the Love Island villa that Molly Mae moved Tommy into her Manchester home before finding a place of their own together. With the fame that came with leaving Love Island in second place, but probably being the most popular couple, questionably, arguably, in the villa at the time, Molly was offered a lot of opportunities. One of the opportunities was with Pretty Little Thing. And just months after the show ended, Molly Mae ended up launching her very own clothing collection with online fashion giant Pretty Little Thing. This was a huge deal. Having shot the collection in sunny Los Angeles, it was clear that the collaboration was going to be a huge success. And it was. Many of the items sold out almost instantly. This was huge. Now, not only was Molly Mae recognised for her incredible sense of style and impact on the fashion industry, but for her statement and signature curls too. Renowned for the infamous top knot and big bouncy curls, Molly Mae also collaborated with Beauty Works to launch the Beauty Works X Molly Mae Curl Kit. This was another huge thing for Molly. Molly had to be very careful to pick the right opportunities to match the ambitions that she had, because she was absolutely and still is powdered with opportunities day after day. The success continued to build with Molly. In 2019, there was a big year for Molly. As well as collaborating with some of the biggest names within the fashion and beauty industries, she also launched her very own range of tanning products. It was called Filter by Molly Mae. Move on to 2020, and for many people, due to the coronavirus, the pandemic, 2020 was a relatively quiet year. However, that didn't stop Molly Mae from working hard to reach her personal goals. In 2020, Molly Mae continued to work with brands such as Pretty Little Thing and Beauty Works, as well as develop and launch her new products for Filter. Molly Mae launched a brand new collaboration with Beauty Works with the highly anticipated Waiver Kit. A monumental year for many reasons. Molly Mae also reached an impressive Instagram milestone of 4 million followers. She also turned 21. So did her boyfriend Tommy Fury. Aware of her influence on the younger generation, Molly Mae had her filters dissolved, encouraging others to embrace their natural bodies and features. Continuing to raise awareness of incredibly important topics, Molly took to YouTube to explain that she had a mole removed and it was in fact cancerous. Incredibly brave, Molly Mae shared the entire experience in a detailed video and encouraged everybody to get regular checkups on their moles. 2021. As we move into 2021, it becomes even more apparent that Molly Mae is a force to be reckoned with. Keen to be recognised as much more than just a Love Islander and an influencer, Molly Mae wants to be more recognised as an entrepreneur. Molly had demonstrated her ambition, drive and commitment to making a name for herself. Molly Mae continued to launch successful clothing lines for Pretty Little Thing, as well as become the most successful influencer with millions and millions of followers to leave the Love Island villa. Molly Mae announced that she was the new creative director of Pretty Little Thing for the UK and the EU. As well as doing all this, being the Pretty Little Thing creative director, a huge influencer on Instagram, getting paid tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands from sponsors, and having her own business, Filters, Molly Mae is also a huge influence on YouTube. And that seems to be, and in her words is, her favourite platform to really connect with her audience. She has one of the most inspiring follower bases anyone has ever seen. Millions of people on a monthly basis tune in to listen to her vlogs and her Q&As. To this day, Molly recently quit Pretty Little Thing to focus on her newborn baby and to focus on her own business and her own influence. Molly owns 3 companies today. Her main company is the MMH Group. And in 2022, she paid £677,183 in corporation tax, meaning her income was 5 times this amount, roughly £3 million. However, with all of this fame, with all of this success, and with all of these eyeballs on her, she inevitably came into a lot of resistance and a lot of hate. In a recent interview she did just a couple of years ago with Stephen Bartlett on the Diary of a CEO podcast, Molly Mae went totally viral when she made a comment explaining that in her opinion, everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. This sparked huge controversy for the young influencer. She was in every newspaper, every social media article, and trending for about 4 or 5 days on Twitter, all from that one little comment. It seems to attract, along with a lot of the followers and the genuine fans, a lot of hate as well. This could be for many reasons, but it's probably because she's extremely young and she's achieved an extremely huge amount of success in a very short period of time. Also, along with being a stereotypical Love Islander that a lot of people think. Also combined with what some people think of as stereotypical Love Islander, and that's only got their success from that and is not seeing the full picture of the work that she's put into her success. But Molly Mae has had some really bad abuse, not only online, but in person. Not all celebrities go through this same level of online and in-person abuse that Molly has had. She seems to really attract either people that love her or people that hate her. All we can see from an outsider's perspective of people that do not know her is that for an extremely young lady of only what is now 24 years old, she has built multiple companies that are extremely successful. She's built a huge social media presence, admittedly leveled up by going on Love Island, but still putting a lot of work to produce better results than most Love Islanders get when leaving the villa. She's put a lot of work into her own businesses, into her own personal brand, and now she's reaping the rewards of that. But she does take a lot of hate for it. But from a small town in Hitchin to the heights of success in entrepreneurship, influencing, TV and media personality, she seems to have done pretty well. Let us know in the comments the thoughts that you have on Molly Mae's success, and be sure to subscribe.